Hey guys, how you doing? So, in this episode, or this tutorial, or whatever you want to call it, we are going to add things to our window. We have a window, we have a way of closing it and detecting closing, but we are going to add some stuff to it. So let's do that. First off, we're going to clean up our code a little bit, and we're going to just make it. Usually you don't put all that stuff in your main method. So let's go ahead and tidy this up here. Create a constructor. Because we're using a constructor, we can use the super class, or the super method, which on the JFrame class, there's a constructor that accepts a title. So we will go ahead and add that in there. Let's change it to my program. Too many M's there. So we are going to get rid of that. Get rid of that. We're going to move all of this stuff into an init method, just to keep things a little bit clean. You'll notice it is complaining about lots of stuff. Well, let's get rid of it then. There we go. And we are going to... Now we need to create an instance of my test app, so we'll do that. And then we will set that to visible. And then we will also call the init function. So there we go. It's a little bit more clean. Does the same exact stuff if we were to run it. Just to show you here. There we go. New title, my program. Close it. Gives the same thing as last time. Go ahead and exit out of that. Okay, now, how do we add things to this program? Let's say, in our example, we wanted to create... let's create a simple text editor, right? So what do we need to create a text editor? Well, we need a JText edit area. So JText area, and we'll just call it text. There we go. And then we need to initialize that guy somewhere. Text equals new JText area. There we go. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and set, well, let's make a panel first. There are several ways to do things, but let's do this first. I'll show you what it does. So we are going to create a panel, and we're going to put that inside of our frame, and we're going to put the JText area on top of that panel. You'll see it'll make sense in a bit. So let's add the component, and then we're going to get the content pane, and we're going to add our pane to that. Let's see what that does. So here we have our pane. You can't see the text area. Cancel. Come on, quick. Let's get some rows and columns here. See if that solves our issue. And there we go. So we have a text area we can type in. That's fine and dandy, but it doesn't resize with the window. That's not fun. So what can we do to make it resize with the window? Let's go ahead and get rid of our panel here. And we are going to do two things. We're going to wrap our text area in a JScroll pane, and then we are going to add that to the content pane. Let's see what that does. Okay, now we have a scroll bar. It is doing the size based off of what I entered in, 20 rows by 20 columns. Let's just enter some text here. Doesn't matter. And then you'll see that it starts scrolling. Okay, so that's starting to give us the look and feel that we want. So what we did was we got the content pane, which is the main pane of your application, and that's what we added. We added the text area inside of a scrollable pane so that we could have the scroll bars, and then we added it to the content pane. Well, what happens if we take out our columns and rows here? Because we don't want those there. So what happens then? There we go. Wow, that's kind of close to the edge, isn't it? That can be kind of annoying. Well, we can easily fix that by setting insets. So if we do insets, and we're going to give it, basically we're giving it some margins, and then margin. So we define our margins of 10, I believe it's 10 pixels, around the top, left, bottom, and right. And then we are going to add those margins to our text area. And it should give us a nice little cushion around the text area. Let's give it a shot here. There we go. So we're in a little bit farther. And you can monkey with things. You can monkey with font sizes. You can set it so that it is not Arial. It's like Times New Roman. You can set it to its... You can do lots of stuff with text areas. But that's good for right now. It's a little... Now we have a place where we can type, and I think next time we might do some button stuff. But there you go. We are coming along with this little application. Feel free to leave a comment below, or subscribe if you feel like it, and we'll talk to you later. Alright, bye now.